Tales from the Bar, Episode 1. The Double Shift with the Surprise Cameo. 7 a.m. Wake up with greasy guts and a headache trying to burst its seams. I'll figure out what I did last night later, but right now it's time to get ready for work. I pop a prescription migraine pill. Hangovers feel close enough to migraines, and I won't learn the dangers of doing this until much later. You're experiencing rebound headaches. It's a withdrawal symptom. What do I do now? You can't take those pills so often. I'm not sure how you ever got a prescription for so many at a time in the first place. My stomach can't bear the thought of a shower, so it's a quick swipe of Certain Dry, on with the black jeans and tee, then out the door. The bar is only a short walk up busy Massachusetts Avenue from the cramped apartment I share with two of my grad school classmates. The rent is high in this city. We can't give you any more money after this, Lizzie. Mom, what am I supposed to do? I have a year left in school and no time for a job. You'll figure it out. Did I tell you what I got on QVC today? Text from my friend Amy. Hey, I saw your Facebook post about needing a job. The bar where I work is hiring. 7:30 a.m. I'm lucky. Today the sun is veiled, a slurry of clouds. My aching eyes are grateful. At this hour, traffic flows like molasses through the streets. It's faster to hoof it. The walk to the bar is ever so slightly uphill the whole way. My armpits are ever so slightly moist by the time I arrive. The bar has been around longer than me. It's all brick and dark wood interior with holes in the walls from where the smoke eaters used to be. I nod at the servers in the coat closet as I put away my stuff. There's a fluttering chorus of young 20s friendship as the close-knit servers greet each other. Hey girlie, how's your night? There's Bestie, literally obsessed with your hair today. I'm only a couple years older than them, but there's a lightness in their hearts that I can't find inside my own. I locate my clogs among the many pairs in the closet, the way a mother instinctively knows her baby among all in the nursery. 8 a.m. Down into the basement I go, with a quick prayer for my knees on the quarter turn of the stairs. I need ice. Lots of ice. I load up 4 10-gallon ice buckets, the kind that look like big water cooler jugs. 2 in each hand, I haul back up the twisty stairs to the first floor bar. A late arriving server greets me as I make my way over to the ice bins at her station. I give her a quick grunt, unable to both lift and speak. She's not offended, just impressed that I can carry so much. Not done yet. Back down the stairs for another load of ice, then it's time to prep garnish. Did you think I was finished with stairs? We've only just begun. I head back down to get produce. Lots of produce. I start with 1 40-pound box each of lemons, limes, and oranges. These all get lovingly cut into squeezable slices for the rims of cocktails. Once I'm done with that, I head down for another 120 pounds of citrus to juice for margarita mix. Each fruit needs to be cut in half before juicing, and I try to see this as a chance to meditate. Otherwise, the repetition makes me want to run through the wall. 9 a.m. Now it's time to open the bar, so I have to balance the needs of the day drinkers with the prep needs of the night bartenders, who will be pissed at me if I leave them without anything to work with during the evening rush. Clamp, squish, goes the juicer in my hands. I feel like you're not happy with me, but I can't tell why. Can you give me some feedback so I can get better? This job is easy, but you're just not good at it. Clamp, squish. I turn my fresh citrus juice into sugary margarita mix while chatting with a man who's in town for a business trip and fried from a red eye. Is it crazy to get a cheeseburger at 9 in the morning? But I've seen way crazier than that. What temp? Once the citrus remains are cleaned up, I grab some chalk markers and update the beer specials board. Can't have the night bartenders working with outdated information. The drafts are always rotating, something that will later draw my interest and lead me to a job in beer buying and craft beer education. 11 a.m. As more people come in and sit for lunch, my little black ticket printer begins to chatter with requests for drinks. I'm new to bartending, so finding the rhythm of prep work, customer chat, and server tickets is hard for me. In the lunch rush, I find myself in the weeds, and the day manager comes up from the basement office to help me get drinks out to the servers. I won't learn until later, but that's what a good manager does. At the bar, I'm made to feel differently about asking for help. The afternoon passes in a whirl of tickets, garnish prep, and sometimes awkward chat across the bar with customers. Yes, I do look young. Yes, I am old enough to be doing this. No, thanks, I have a boyfriend. I'll save that shot for later, thank you. 4 p.m. The night bartenders begin to arrive. They're the big dogs. They're the ones I want to be like. They never get flustered, never get in the weeds, and they move around each other like fish in water. They can say no when they want to. They make the big money, and I want it too. Why isn't the beer board done? Sounds about right. What else did she forget? No one notices all the things that went right. I can't decide whose heart I want to plunge my little garnish knife into, mine or each of theirs. I don't have time for sentiment, however, because I need to enjoy my break while it lasts. I'm on a double, and I'm due in the upstairs bar for dinner service in an hour. I walk ever so slightly downhill, back to my apartment to collapse for a short nap. 5:30 p.m. I return to the bar after my break, as rejuvenated as a hungover addict can be during a double shift. The upstairs bar is a welcome relief after the busy day bar. It's just for service tickets, no customers to chat with. A minuscule nook tucked into the server station where I make drinks for dinner guests who are sitting at tables. It's so much easier for me to handle than day bar that I question whether the scheduling manager is paying attention to me at all. This type of observation will ultimately lead me to pursue management. I realize that putting people where they can succeed and giving them what they need to do the job well is a skill, not an accident. I take the same ice odyssey I took in the morning, only with an extra set of stairs up to the second floor dining room. I smile at the kitchen guys as I pass through their workspace to get to the service station. Hola, mami! Niña bonita! Miel! They all have open crushes on me, but they don't get respectful about it. Although the one day I wore shorts to work, their eyes got pretty big. I load up my ice bin and head back to the basement for some citrus for garnish. I cut fruit as I chat with the servers, a couple of whom are on doubles like me. Girl, did you see that one guy who sat at my bar earlier and plowed down a cheeseburger right at open? Beer too. Goddamn, good tipper? He was using a corporate card. You know how they get. 6 p.m. The night manager comes upstairs and gives us some news. Matt Damon is coming into the bar with his family to celebrate his mother's 70th birthday. We're strictly admonished to keep our cool. We don't get many celebrities in the bar, but he's from this area and his mom works at a nearby university, so it makes sense that he might show up. The managers didn't tell us before today because they didn't want anyone to say anything on social media, but the Damon family bought out our entire upstairs dining room to celebrate their matriarch. I shake off the jitters, remind myself that people are just people, and get to work. Before long, the ticket printer is once again chattering, and I settle into a rhythm of draft beers and simple cocktails. I have a crush on one of the servers, but I can't tell if he's into me as well or if he's just a friendly guy. He spends a good amount of time hanging out by my little service bar when he could be circulating his tables, so I suspect the feeling might be mutual. I learned a trick for getting the foil off the wine bottles the other day. Why don't you come back here and show me? Scoot over. We'll eventually date, but it won't turn out to be a good match. He will, however, end up being the person who finally convinces me to get started with talk therapy. I'm still grateful to him today. Therapy taught me the skills I needed to escape the addiction cycles that were keeping me miserable. 9 p.m. Matt Damon's family finishes their dinner, and I find myself folded into the crew distributing birthday cake. I make my way over to Matt and lean down with his slice. He smiles, looks me in the eye. Thank you. Looks delicious. You're welcome. Anytime. 9:30 p.m. The manager handles the check. It's a calculated play, but the team decided not to add a gratuity to the check. We're only allowed to autograt up to 15%, and we all think he's going to tip more than that because his wife is a bartender, one of our people. Our risk is rewarded. Matt tips us about triple what the gratuity would have been. We're all exhausted from work and nerves, but we cry with relief when we see our shares of the tip pool, almost enough for rent, and much more than the average night's take at the bar. I flirt with my server crush some more while we clean up the dining room. Behind you, sharp. On your right. Want to get beers later? 11 p.m. I'm spent, but I don't want the good vibes to be over. The crew is too elated not to celebrate, so we head across the street to the shitty but cheap pizza place and grab a table to chow down and to discuss our victory. I know I have school tomorrow, but I'll just skip class if I'm too hungover. Tonight, this is what I need.